It's that time once again, boys. We have episode 2 of my brand new series, the Minecraft Story Time. I hope you all enjoyed the last episode, because I always have fun doing these. Good stories, you know, just sharing with everyone, laughing at myself, because you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Alright, so this week's episode, I got a good one. I've been waiting on this one all week for you, all week, and I was just craving for Sunday to come. I was like, come on, Sunday, you got to get here for me. Well, what I've got this time is, unfortunately, it's going to date myself a little bit, but it was back in my just out of high school days. We had just graduated, you know, pretty recently, but having, you know, still hanging out with all my buddies and shit. Good old times. Well, we would want to go to the mall, you know. Any kid did at the time. We mostly went to play a super exciting game that everybody loved, still do. Everyone plays it. No, I'm joking. It was, we'd go there to play Dance Dance Revolution. I know. Awful game, but back then that shit was fun. It was so much fun. We played that all the time, you know, and we were dropping $1 per game because that shit was expensive. Well, the mall wasn't right around the corner for us. We all lived way out in the friggin' sticks, so we couldn't just go a short distance and be like, hey, let's all meet at the mall. No, we had to plan that shit. So we would all get in a car and we'd have to drive about half an hour to get to the mall. We did it, no questions asked, you know. Oh, we didn't ask questions at the time, I'm asking them now. But we would get to the mall, go enjoy ourselves, and have fun. The issue we would run into is how many people wanted to go. If it was only a few of us, no issue. You know, you head to the mall, we're good. If it was 5 of us, we only had a tiny car. So we could only fit 4 people. Well, that didn't deter us. We would stick one of my friends, young at the time, called him Fat Kid, and he would be the one that got designated as the Trunk Kid. So we would crowd him into the trunk, and we would drive an hour or half an hour down up the road to get to the mall to play Dance Dance Revolution. I know, going back, that was an extremely bad idea, because if anything would have happened, we would have been so screwed. But you don't think about that when you're a kid. You know, when you're 18 years old, fresh out of high school, you don't give 2 shits about what the law is. Well, part of the fun of this is he would sit in the trunk, and when we're on the highway heading towards the mall, he would randomly pop the back open and wave at people that were following us. Thankfully for us, this was back before every single person in the world had a cell phone, so we didn't get in trouble for it. But people would be freaking out, and he would just start laughing, and people would be, oh, okay, so it's just a joke, whatever, he's not taking it serious. You know, people would just ignore it. Unlike today's day and age where everyone would throw a super shit fit and we would have definitely been arrested for sure. It didn't get that far for us. But I remember there was a few times like we would just pull into the mall. We just got there and we're heading right around to the front, getting ready to find our parking spot. And we'd be like, dude, Fat Kid, do it now. And we would stop at the stop sign right in front of the mall, and sure enough, boom, Trunk latch goes flying open. He gets out and just starts taking off running fast as he can right into the mall. And people would just be staring like, oh my God, was that kid just kidnapped? Like, were they trying to kidnap this boy? And he would have to explain to all the people while we were waiting to find our parking spots. But no, it was a joke. I wasn't actually kidnapped. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. But he would have to explain this every single time, because every single time we went there, he would do this. It was great. I mean, if that was to happen today, like if today I was to throw him in a trunk and drive to the mall, I'm getting arrested tonight. Like, it doesn't matter if he's explaining that it was a joke. My ass goes to jail. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a completely different day and age than it was back then. And holy shit, why am I saying back then? That is even worse. That makes me feel way more old than I should be. But that was part of the fun. So we'd go to the mall, all chill. We'd share one freaking large Coke or Pepsi or Mountain Dew, whichever one it was we wanted that day, from Taco Bell, because they offer the free refills. So we'd get one large Pepsi to share 4 or 5 of us, however many wanted to go dance on this freaking video game machine. And we would just be dancing our heart out. One kid always takes it way more serious than he probably should have, but, you know, he enjoyed it. He loved the game. You know, he went out and bought one of the big-ass game discs, like the actual dance pads, the hardcore ones, just because he loved the game so much. Which, hey, you know, more power to him. He was good at the game. He was damn good. And just looking back now at the money that we have wasted on our lives like that, you know. Because he could have spent that money on something else. But that was our hobby then. We didn't care about anything else. We wanted to play Dance Dance Revolution. So, one large drink to share from 5 people. We didn't care. We were just having a good time. No cares about the world. Fresh out of high school. Nobody cares at that point. Nothing was serious in life. We had the whole world in front of us. It was so much fun. You know, we'd be in the car ride up there and just jamming out to Linkin Park, you know. Linkin Park playing full blast, driving up and down the highway. It was great. Some of the shit we did was questionable at best, but we would be driving and there'd be a guy with a trailer. And I feel terrible about this now because I know what it'll do to somebody driving in this situation. But we would be driving and see somebody with a trailer. And we're like, oh shit, we got to get this guy. So you pull up next to him and you roll down your window and you motion for them to roll down their window real quick. Hurry up, man, roll down your window. It's an emergency. So the guy will roll down his window and you're like, dude, your back wheel, it's really loose. Your trailer's going to fall apart. And the people would be freaking out like, oh, great, you know. So they would almost always pulled off to the side of the road, and we would just laugh. And looking back now, I know that was extremely bad to do. Those people had to have been so pissed, but we thought it was just the funniest thing in the world. You know, swearing up and down that nothing bad will ever happen to us until that karma comes back and barrel rolls over you. But that's what we did. We could get away with it back then. We were young and dumb, so to speak. But just throwing oh my god, the best time was we had both Fat Kid and my cousin in the trunk at the same time. Because there was too many of us on this trip. Way too many of us. And an extra person wanted to tag along. So we're like, all right, cool. Throw them in. Those two in the trunk together were hysterical. I mean, it was absolute gold. They were just bickering, making fun of each other. You'd hear the one knocking, let me out. This kid's annoying. Oh, Jesus, Fat Kid farted. It was so much fun. Because naturally, the older of the group, they don't care about what the young people want. Too bad. I don't care if you're cramped back there. I don't care if fat kids farting up a storm. You're stranded. You're sitting in the back. Deal with it. And every group out there has that. Every single high school group has that same general strategy, we'll call it. Where there's the one kid, every group has the trunk kid. If you guys watch this video, feel free to post down in the comments who your trunk kid is. Because every group's got it. Every group's got the kid that will be in the trunk. For no reason, other than they're the young one. But they're going to be in the trunk. They are the trunk people. And you can deny it up and down. If you're saying, we don't have that in our group, nobody in my group's a trunk guy, guess what? You're the trunk guy. Don't let them fool you. It's okay. Nothing to be ashamed about. But you're the trunk guy. Hey, man, once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, throw me a subscription. Anything helps. Until next Sunday, this is Tony.